What's up, everybody? Mighty Game Bros here with the Beginner's Guide. We've come to this magnificent set of stairs. We're going to go up them. How could you not go up this set of stairs? It's so amazing. It's so compelling. Okay, I'm being slowed down here.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
You know, I know I can press enter and speed things up, but if he didn't give me the option, I would just hold W until I got to that door. Such a hard head. Okay. I would have done it. I would have done that. I had to know what was in this room. What are these? Start in a small room until you realize you can just walk through the walls.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Live on a boat, taking orders from the captain.
Coda would
The
often
captain
tell
is
me that
always
he didn't
wrong.
mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
These ideas are almost like little dreams or something. Game filled with chairs, except one chair is floating. Stand in a small room till you move and you realize you can walk through walls. Oh, I wonder if... No. Okay. I'm in a room, and there's a door. Open the door. I'm in some kind of facility. Where are you taking me, Coda? Where am I going? Okay.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Maybe I can, Oh, here we go.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're going to see it a lot.
Similar area, but the door is different. Environment is a little bit cold, I have to say.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Alright, enter and it removes the walls. Holy shit. It's amazing.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
That was amazing. I would have played that, whatever it was. I would have played through that.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Artistically, it looks beautiful. I have to go to it.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
So
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Sorry, what I was gonna say was there's so many games that are so structured in their environment, and this game is like breaking all those kind of rules where I'm in one environment and for consistency's sake we keep the environment the same, but this game is taking me into all these surreal places and all these different environments, one totally different from the next, and it's really pulling me along here. I have to see what's in the next room. I have to see what this man has created, this Coda. Look at this, now I'm here. I just was in a kitchen and and now I'm like in some crazy platformer. It blows my mind, and it's totally enthralling. I'm completely engaged. I have to get to the bottom here now. I almost fell there. I don't know if dying is a thing in this game. I wouldn't guess so. I'm sure if I die, I was supposed to die. Why do you even have to die in a game? What is a game? It's making me ask a lot of questions, actually. Slowly making my way down. It just looks beautiful. It looks like a piece of art. I could take a screenshot of this and put it on my wall. So I heard a squeak. I'm guessing a gate has opened down here, but I was too busy just looking at the architecture and the symmetry that I could care less if a gate had opened down there. But we are going to move ahead. But this is really good looking here. Sorry, I can't think of a better word. Some kind of jail. guess the game wants me to go there. What happens if I can't go there? Okay, so, see, I have to go to jail.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind,
awesome.
I think we're gonna skip that.
It's awesome. We'll go make a sandwich.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
I guess they're playable. Because what makes a game playable? Here's that door. I think I remember.
It's the puzzle again.
How to do this.
With the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
So he returns to the puzzle over and over because there's some kind of meaning behind it. There's some kind of... He has some sort of idea about it, some kind of subconscious thought or conscious thought. Something about that puzzle is special to Coda. Why? Okay, on the next episode of Mighty Game Bros, we're going to talk to these three people. I have no idea who they are. I kind of got the chills just looking at them, but it's very intriguing, and I hope you stick with me on this journey through the beginner's guide. Thanks for watching. Peace.